Hey guys, it's Try here from Simply T. We're just gonna be doing a little rehousing today with some Brachypelmas and Albiceps and Amelia. I just picked them up yesterday, so they're gonna be going into these tarantula cribs by Tarantula Cat with the front opening doors. Let's get started on this. So I think I have everything that I need here to get this started. I'm gonna try and walk everybody through kind of how I do it. I'm still fairly new. I only have GBB and Vitalis chromatis. My GBB is a male and I've had him for just over a year. But my Vitalis chromatis I've only had for a month and is still juvenile as well. So I'm still fairly new with spiders. I did get a couple extra, but that was probably in a different video. We're gonna do another rehousing. I'm just gonna walk you guys through how I do it personally and what I find works best for me. First, I'm gonna get my substrate mixture. I just use cocoa fiber. A couple scoops of that in there. I like to mix it before I put it in the enclosure, just so I can kind of see how it looks a little bit before. I use mostly cocoa fibers. And again, I'm making a little bit more than just for these two enclosures because I am going to be doing a couple more rehousings. And I'm probably going to be rehousing my green bottle blue as well. That will be in the near future. So we've got the cocoa soil. And then I just use this tropical plant potting mix. It seems to work well for me. It holds moisture a little bit. I don't use too much of it. Throw a couple scoops in there. It just gives it more texture. Holds moisture a little bit better. It also gives it a darker color. More naturalistic look in my opinion. I do like to throw a little bit of sphagnum moss in there. Not a lot. Not a lot at all. That's it. That's it for the mix right now. And I do throw some on top of in the enclosure when it's in there. We'll get to that. Just mix this all together. See how this looks. Break up the clumps. I think I want to add a bit more of the potting mix. Let's get this stuff out of the way for now. Let's move these pretty girls. Hopefully they're girls. They're all unsexed right now other than my GBB. Let's hope to get some females in the group. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. I think we're gonna start with that. Let's put this aside now that I have that ready. Get things out of my way. A clean working space. And now I'm just gonna spray down the substrate a little bit, moisten it up. Together. Mix this together a little bit more. Now I just put some water in it in the first place. Put this aside for now. So I do have a couple of catch cups, but they're not looking like they're gonna give me any issues. The Albiceps is looking the biggest out of the bunch so far. He looks gorgeous. She looks gorgeous. If you guys can see her in there. I can crack the top off in a second, but let's get this substrate in here first. So let's actually... I get all of my spiders from Tarantula Canada, so that's where all of these guys came from. So big shout out to Tarantula Canada for hooking it up with these guys. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful tarantulas. I was at an expo yesterday, is where I picked them up. You can see the Amelia in there a little bit. We'll get a better look as when I take them out and put them in their enclosure. And I got the enclosures, the tarantula cub enclosures from Incog Inverts. So shout out to them as well. They hooked it up. They had some enclosures there. I decided to pick some up. So let's start adding our soil in here, our mix. So I'm gonna place it on the back and be able to dump it in there a little bit easier. Now, this is my first time recording, so if anything, any updates, any suggestions, please leave them below. This is probably just gonna be condensed into a short, but if it does make a long video, we will see. So I am gonna give it a little bit more soil towards the back, so it does have a little bit of burrowing space, because they are both so small. So we're gonna do the Albiceps first. Let's use a little bit bigger. Let's add and push that in there. And yes, I do have a bunch of stuff that I can add, just laying around from other tanks that I've done. You just kind of save stuff up. Let's get this soil in there. I think we need a little bit more. I'm gonna put a water dish in here as well. Let's add a little bit more in there. Another scoop or two. I think two small ones. I'm not. Be gentle. Just go until you need to. Don't overflow it. Have to empty it out. Work backwards. Just take your time. No rush. Let's pile that up. Let's go to one corner. Just trying to give it some depth. As you can see, I'm trying to tuck it in there a little bit. Build it up towards a wall a little bit. Up into a corner. Just to get that some depth. Now let's see what I'm gonna put in here. I think I'm gonna throw a little piece of that in there. I think I'm gonna throw a little piece of cork bark as a mini hide kind of going on. I think this will be big enough for the little guy. So let's shove that in this corner. Kind of encourage a burrow. Always give a place to hide, it's always nice. So they're not super intense webbers. but they still can web up. That's what I'm not liking the way that's looking. So I think I'm gonna do more of on this kind of side up at the top. So let's just kind of adjust this. Let's put that down a little bit. And again, like I said, take your time so you don't rush into something you don't like. This is your enclosure, what you're looking at. That in there. Okay, let's move you guys over here. Let's see how well this works. Let's see. Here we go. Maybe it would work a little bit better like this. Try and pile that dirt on back up there to hold it up a little bit. This piece is also looking really good. Let's start encouraging that burrow back there. I'm just trying to put some dirt underneath. Just kind of help it. Not in the burrow, but underneath of the actual cork bark. Try and hold it up and support it. And again, I still want it to have depth to it. You can kind of see here. Got a little bit of depth to it. Let's see. This is what we're working with. It's the piece that we have. How we can put it in here. Let's see. I don't want a sharp end sticking out. So I'm not worried about putting a stick in here too much. I know they do live in the wilderness, so they do encounter this stuff, but I don't want a super sharp end for him to hurt himself. I think that's what we're okay with. I think that right there. And then we'll put the water dish over here. Looks good. So now let's move you guys back over here. Perfect. There we go. Let's grab a water dish here. I just have them soaking in water. Clean them up. Let's just put a little water dish in there. I think that is great. So there we go. I'm going to try and fill this water bowl up a little bit and give the enclosure a mist down. So it is okay to overflow. So it's recommended. I'm not going to overflow right now. Alright. So now, I personally am not too huge on handling tarantulas. Again, fairly new. not really interested in doing it. These are new worlds though, and the Albiceps is looking very calm, and so is the Amelia. I have my catch cups here to be safe. I'm hoping it just goes smooth, no having to interfere, no having to handle at all. So I'm gonna clean off my workspace here just a little bit. Get a little bit ready just in case. You always want to be ready. It's better to be safe than sorry. So this is just dirt. I'm just gonna empty it out in the garbage. And there's a catch cup if I need, but that's the same size, so we're kind of working backwards if that's what we have to do if we go back and have to cup them with this. So we are going to leave this here, but recommend not using. This is another one and another one. We got a couple of sizes, a couple of lengths, and we got our trusty straw. So hopefully this goes smooth. I'm gonna get rid of this now as well until we get the Amelia going. So for the Albiceps, let's grab this fella. Let me think. Do I want to record? Okay, so let's open him up actually before we do anything. I don't think he's going anywhere. Very, very beautiful. Very pretty spider. So he does have a molt in there, and that's what he's standing on, so it does kind of look a little bit weird right now. I think I'm gonna bring you guys over here. We'll get a better look at him as well. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, focus on him. There you go. He's gorgeous. So now let's put you guys here. Let's see how smooth this goes. So I think the way I had it, we're going to be looking at the back of the enclosure, but we'll be able to see the best. Let's zoom out here a little bit. So let's just come at an angle, kind of already in to the enclosure. Very, very steadily. And actually, because this front lip here is so low, I'm gonna raise it up. It's fine, not going anywhere. Just to be able to get this lip over here. Let's raise you guys up here. I think that's better. So there we go. We're gonna come in kind of like this. Just lean the lip up against the new enclosure. So I'm gonna try so you guys can see. And I'm just gonna gently touch the back legs of the spider. I'm not gonna tap, I'm just gonna touch fairly gently. See if I can get him to walk over there. Doesn't want to move like that. So I'm gonna come from this side. Just trying to give a little encouragement. So these guys are known for kicking hairs. They're a New World species. So they do have those urticating hairs. Let's see how shall we approach this? I'm gonna move you guys back over here. Let's see if we can do it like this. Okay. It should be an okay angle for you guys to see that. So now, because he's being a little bit stubborn, I think I'm gonna come at it from a different approach. So I'm just trying to show you guys everything. So just touching those back legs. There we go, get him to walk. She's being a little bit stubborn. Just trying to work with them. Got a little hold to the straw. Let's see. Come on, girl. Girl, boy. Let's see. Because we're being a little bit stubborn here. And see, there is a molt in here. You can kind of get underneath. Walk in. Got one foot in. Come on. Come on, little lady. Let's go this way. That's your water. Let's see. And watch for those last little puppy dog paws. And just as easy as that, I'll grab you guys right here. Let's get a good view. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous, gorgeous spider. And a gorgeous enclosure as well. So, I am new to having these tarantula cribs enclosures, but I am a fan. Very gorgeous. Let's put this lid on here. And that is the rehouse complete. So, thanks everybody for watching. This was the Albiceps rehousing. So, that did take a little bit longer than expected. So, he is going to go wander around. It did take a little bit longer than expected. So, I am going to cut this one short. But I'm going to jump right into the Amelia video. So, that will be a separate video. So, thank you guys for watching. Tune back in to Simply Tease.